जय श्री माताजी। उपस्थित सहयोगी भाई बहनों का शाम के सामूहिक ध्यान सत्र में स्वागत है। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी के श्री चरणों पर हम नतमस्तक होंगे और सामूहिकता में बंधन लेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी से ध्यान की अनुमति मांगते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी, कृपा कर आज के सामूहिक ध्यान में बैठने की अनुमति आप हमें प्रदान करें। श्री माताजी, कर्ता और करीबिता आप ही है। कृपा कर आप ही हमसे आज का ध्यान करवा लीजिए। तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र।
सरस्वती
हमारा राइट हैंड भूमि माता पे रखेंगे। हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त ईड़ा नाड़ी पर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमारी ईड़ा नाड़ी को शुद्ध कर दीजिए। हमारे सारे भूतकाल के विचार, आलस्य, जड़त्व भूमि माता में विलीन कीजिए। राइट हैंड गोद में, लेफ्ट हैंड आकाश की ओर। हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त पिंगला नाड़ी पर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारी पिंगला नाड़ी को संतुलित कर दीजिए। श्री माता जी, हमारे अंदर का कर्ता भाव, अहंकार आकाश तत्व में विलीन कीजिए। हमारा लेफ्ट हैंड गोद में, हमारे दोनों हाथ भूमि माता पे रखेंगे और हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त हमारे सुषुम्ना नाड़ी पर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमारी सुषुम्ना नाड़ी को शुद्ध कर हमें पूर्ण संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमें वर्तमान में रखिए। हमारे दोनों हाथ गोद में, हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त हमारे मूलाधार पर लाते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, आप ही साक्षात श्री गणेश जी है। कृपा करके हमें अबोध बनाइए, पवित्र बनाइए। श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमारे अंदर के श्री गणेश जी को पूर्णतः जागृत कीजिए। धीरे से हमारा चित्त स्वादिष्टान चक्र पर लाते हैं। नाभि चक्र पर लाते हैं। मध्य हृदय चक्र पर लाते हैं। विशुद्धि, हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त आज्ञा पर लाते हैं और हमारा राइट हैंड हम हमारे आज्ञा चक्र पर रखेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमें क्षमशील बनाइए, त्यागी बनाइए। श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमारा आज्ञा चक्र शुद्ध कर दीजिए। हमारा अंदर के अहंकार और प्रतिअहंकार को नष्ट कीजिए। हमारा राइट हैंड हमारे सहस्रार पर रखेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें निर्विचारिता प्रदान करें। श्री माता जी, आज के ध्यान में हमें पूर्ण निर्विचारिता प्रदान करें। धीरे से हमारा राइट हैंड गोद में। अब हम कुछ देर तक ध्यान करेंगे। अब हम परम पूज्य श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी आत्मसात करते हैं। आज की अमृतवाणी है गुरु पूजा, 4 जनवरी 1993, कबेला।
You are going wrong. You protect yourself from yourself. As soon as you get some physical problem, you can feel it. You know how to cure yourself. But again, one has to have balance. If you are off the balance, then you don't even feel vibrations. You don't even feel what's wrong with you. You don't know which direction you are moving. whether you are getting destroyed. And this balance has to be established by all the Sahajogis. These imbalances come to us because we still think about our past or maybe about our future. We worry about these things. What is there to worry when all the angels and all the ganas are working for you? You just have to order, that's all. But it's like sometimes a person is made a king and is put on a throne. But before that he was a beggar. So anybody who comes to bow before him, he says, all right, give me £1. You have to know that you are all realized souls and that you have all the powers within you. Only thing which is very important is the balance. In Sahajayoga also people get into imbalances. How? Like, I've seen people who are, say, afraid of these worldly laws. They don't know there is such a powerful energy all around you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can arrest you. Nothing can find faults. But when you start doubting, like yesterday's doubting, when you say but, when you start thinking about the man-made laws, then the God's laws fail. Otherwise, nobody can punish you, nobody can arrest you, nobody can do anything to you. You are absolutely protected. So the main difference between the old style of Guru and the modern style of Guru is this, that the old Gurus used to say, you must suffer. All right, you have to be arrested is very good. If they give you poison, take the poison. If they want to slap you, take slaps. Whatever they want to do, you should accept, because it's your suffering. Not in Sahaja, because your mother is sitting here. How dare anybody touch you? No one can harm you. You have to believe me when I say that. No one can harm you, but you must have that faith within yourself. Nobody had Adi Shakti as the Guru. Adi Shakti, the one who has all the powers of the world. So who can harm you? Who can torture you? Who can trouble you except for yourself if you want to torture yourself? Nobody can help. So the greatest difference between this disciple of other gurus and yourself is you don't have to suffer. You are not to suffer. And even, see, if there's somebody who has some negativity, that person, some Sahajogis still carry on, poor things, can't help it. They have been to wrong gurus or something. So, they'll meet with an accident. Maybe they might face something terrible. But suddenly they'll find they'll get out of it. Maybe the negativity of somebody else, some relations, some brothers, sisters, or maybe of the nation. But you'll get out of it. It is a very remarkable thing in Sahaja that there are people who are catching, Mother, my heart is catching, my this is catching, that is catching. But once they want to give realization, just moves, Kundalini moves. Whatever you may be, whatever may be your problems, but you raise your hand and Kundalini moves. I mean, an instrument which is spoiled, say supposing this fan is spoiled, it won't work. But not Sahajogis. They work out. Of course, if they don't practice Sahaja or if they don't give realizations to others, then of course it can be a junk then. Supposing you don't use your car, may be very good, and you don't use it, it becomes a junk. So you have to give. You have to give realization, all of you, whether it's women or men. Whatever country you may belong. You have to give realization, you have to allow this energy to go and work. Otherwise, it will suffocate. I have seen many Sahajogis who have not done anything like that, they are very nicely, only whether we worship you at home, they suffer from also arthritis. Or other kind of things. Spondylitis sometimes they'll have, or they may have cellulitis, all kinds of things they can have. So you have to use your energy for giving realizations to others. It's all right. In protocol, if you don't understand, you are forgiven. Anything you might do out of innocence or ignorance is forgiven. But knowingly, if you want to do something, then I don't know the repercussions. Because the area where you are is safe. But if you want to get out of that area, then all sides there are horrible negative forces working and you are captured into that. That's not the mistake of Sahaja. To find fault with Sahajogis or with Sahaja is another mistake we commit sometime. Say if there are 10 disciples with a guru, very good, excellent guru. If they complain about any one of them, immediately the guru will say, you get out. They have no business to complain about each other. On the contrary, like this hand is paining, then this hand doesn't complain to the brain but tries to soothe it. So, Sahajogis are gurus who belong to the collective. They move in a group, as described by Gyaneshwara. That you move now like the enlightened forest, which gives whatever people like want to have kalpatarus. And he says you move like oceans and talk about God. It's not one single man standing and saying something. We saw yesterday in drama how a single man had to suffer. But you are in a group. And all of you move in a group together with one understanding. Such a powerful group it is. They bring ambrosia to the people according to Ganeshwara. But this power of collectivity that one feels is the first judgment of a person. Those who cannot be collective are not yet Sahajogis. Some people think that they have served me, they have looked after me, they do my puja or something, so that they have a right to scold others, to get angry with others, shout at them, tell them work, do all kinds of things. It's not so. You are a Sahajogi when you are absolutely collective. Otherwise, you are not a Sahajogi when you are not collective. It's so simple that ego, the conditionings of ego, or conditionings of the past, may keep you away from others, and there is no connection with the divine anymore left. Those who are not collective people have no relationship with the divine. You have understood now what is collectivity is. Most surprising thing is for me that by giving realizations to you, I find it very easy to talk about subtlest of subtle things to you. All these things I don't think any guru could have talked. Not possible. It would not go into their heads. Very subtle it is. You have become subtle. And the subtleties have their own beauty in expression, in talking, in behaving with others, in understanding. It's so sweet and so beautiful. The collective feeling is something like a little particle of clay thinks it is a mountain. Like a drop becoming the ocean. But if there's one drop who says, no, I can't be collective, I stay on the shore, all right. The sunshine will evaporate. But mother, I worship you, I do this, I do that. With all that, if you do not develop collectivity, better not worship me. For that, how a guru should act with the collective. In Sahajayoga, nobody should feel that you are some hierarchy or a higher personality. If you start feeling like that, then at that point, you must know that there's some possession on you. What is the highest in the body? Nothing. Everything is just the same. Is the way it is there. It has to be used. for its own purposes. And the cruelty sometimes people indulge into is unimaginable. How can this kind of satisfaction be there if you are Sahajogis? I don't know, they say so, that gurus used to beat and they used to do all kinds of things, they must be booths. Don't know. Very angry gurus. You cannot afford to be angry. You cannot afford. Anger means imbalance. You get attached to, say, your family. Start talking like that, or no more. Attachment to anything shows you have no balance. Those who are balanced have to be detached. Otherwise, you get attached to somebody, this is my daughter, this is my son, this is this. Then you don't see the truth. So, any kind of attachment, if you feel, then know that you are not in balance. Also, I've seen people get into a kind of a pride. Pride that we are Sahajogis. We have become Sahajogis to save the whole world. It's like I see so many government servants who think no end of themselves. They are servants of the people. They may be called officers, but officers to serve. In the same way, we are in this world to serve God. And the purpose of your service is to save the world. Save the people. But if you have pride, false pride, how can you do that? The way you will talk, the way you will behave, nobody will come near. You cannot be jealous of another person. Cannot be. Because jealousy means that you are trying to harm yourself, really. I don't know what is jealousy is so much. I see people getting jealous, but I don't know what it is really, jealousy. The funny stuff, isn't it? Must be coming from animal kingdom maybe, I don't know. Because what is there to be jealous? I mean, you are realized souls. How can you be jealous of anyone? Say, supposing you are a diamond and another one is a diamond, very good, both put together will become even more brilliant. Now, supposing somebody is no good and you are very good, then there is nothing to feel jealous of the man who is no good. Or also somebody who is good to feel jealous. What is your gain? If you think that gentleman is good or that lady is good, better try to follow what she is doing. How is she good? How she has got this goodness. it's better to study. I really enjoy the most when Sahajogis start expressing their feelings about other Sahajogis. Mother, he is like that. Mother, he is like that. So, they see the goodness of others. They see the greatness of others, the nobility of others. And when you start seeing that, you start becoming. If you feel jealous, I don't know what sort of a thing it is, as I told you, but you are condemning yourself permanently. Today you are jealous of somebody because he has got black hair, you are jealous of somebody because he has got grey hair, you are jealous of somebody because he has got a long nose, you are jealous of somebody because he has got a short nose. What is happening? What happened? Huh? Are you a Sahajogi? You are a Sahajogi. Then you know the protocol, let me speak, all right? You can ask me later on. This is not the way, this is not a parliament here. I know that I don't force any discipline, but this should be self-discipline. You should be self-disciplined. I am speaking just now, listen to me. Maybe I might answer you in my speech. So the relationship among yourselves cannot have anything to do with jealousy. Cannot. Because it kills your joy. Now, as I told you, that you get rid of your fear, you get rid of your jealousies, you get rid of your pride, false one, and also you get rid of your impatience. You must have patience. This is another style of Guru who has patience, tremendous patience. Nothing to get angry, nothing to get upset. And gradually you will see, without telling people, they'll discipline themselves. It is you have to discipline yourself. In the system of Sahajayoga, we never had so many disciples. Imagine, till Sri Ganeshwara, there was only one disciple. And some of them never had also any disciple. Like William Blake, I don't think had any disciple. Perhaps they must have thought that nobody can come up to this level or understand. So many of them had no disciple. Sainath had no disciple. They came on this earth, or maybe they might be thinking, useless people, what's this of having disciples? But for you, it's so great that we are so many of us together now. So many. We understand each other, we know each other. We know all about Kundalini. And we are so aware about everything. We know what's happening in this world. We are not just sitting in a cave in Himalayas and we are taking the name of God. No, we are in the world. We are not running away from the world. We are in this world. We are facing every day every problem that is there. But we are in reality and they are in ignorance. That's why we know. We know the solution. We know the problem and we can solve it. Now you have to just experiment with your powers. Of course with humility. That I have to warn. Some people, see, they just sit on the horse. Immediately I say that. First of all, you must know you are a store of knowledge. Complete store of knowledge. About everything. Except for banks, I would say. That's a problem for me. So, you should have projection towards that source of knowledge. For example, everything can be interpreted in the Sahaja language. Everything. You see this pendant is standing there because supported by this. Just like Sahajayoga, we are supported by our dharma. Very simple thing like that. Everywhere you will find the comparison of Sahajayoga with everything else that you see. This is very important. That will give a double joy. The other day I was coming back and in the airport I was perspiring. Perspiring, absolutely. And the Sahaja who was with me, he said, "Mother, you are sucking all the heat of this place, the negativity." It was a fact. But only a Sahaja can see. Everybody was sitting nicely. I was the one fanning myself. Everybody was so comfortable feeling the cool from me and I was fanning myself. One day it happened, I was going to a shop and all the Australian Sahaja following me in a Chinese shop. I don't know what these Chinese do. Climbing up, I was feeling so hot and exhausted, I was just trying to soothe myself. And they are saying, "Mother, such cool coming from you." I said, "Very nice." I am the one who's consuming all the heat and giving you all the cool. But that is what my job is. So take all the heat from everyone and transform it into something cooling and soothing. When people shout, scream, this, that, peaceful, be peaceful. Listen to them. And then you can pour water on them completely. And the whole heat can go away. So this absorption is very important. Not to be afraid of absorption. But for that, I would say one should take care. And the care, as you know, is a very simple thing. This kavacha is this bandhan that you have to take. For all this, whatever I have said, there is one Guru Mantra. To remember that we are Sahajogis. Just remember this. We are Sahajogis. And once you know you are Sahajogis, this projection will start. What happened to William Blake, if you see? He started projecting his imagination and he reached the point of knowledge. So anything that you see, anything you do or others are doing, try to relate it with Sahaja and project. Then you will also reach the ocean of love. Once you have that, then what? Who can disturb you? Who can trouble you? Who can make anything that is difficult for you? Because you are sitting in the ocean, the fellow is sitting outside somewhere, how can it come into the ocean? Trouble you. So this is what? Is to remember that you are a Sahajogi. Take a bandhan. Morning and evening. It's so simple. Even to say on the mic, it seems stupid to me. But I have to say because people forget. You forget that you are realized souls. Use your vibratory awareness for at least protecting yourself. Because there is negativity sitting next door. So be very careful about this to remember that I am a Sahajogi. Once you say that, you will know how you have to behave, what is the protocol, you will know what is the discipline you have to follow, you will know how to love others, everything. This is the essence. How many have been Sahajogis before? Poor things, all these gurus suffered so much. You are not to suffer. Not to go into any kind of a misery anymore, no more. But don't forget you are Sahajogis, that's why. That will give you complete confidence in yourself and you will be absolutely secure. Try to establish the state that you are Sahajogis. Thus, you become gurus of yourself and of others. May God bless you.
जय श्री माता जी। श्री आदिशक्ति जी का पूर्ण मंत्र लेते हैं। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। अब आरती की तैयारी करते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी को हम प्रणाम करेंगे और आरती के लिए खड़े होंगे।
Sala सुन लो, माँ मधु संगीत सुन लो। हो ये सके जो सेवा, हो ये सके जो सेवा हमसे करा देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माताजी, जय निर्मल माताजी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी, श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
जय श्री माता जी। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों पर हम कुछ प्रार्थनाएं अर्पित करते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, आज का सामूहिक ध्यान हम आपके श्री चरणों में समर्पित करते हैं। आज के ध्यान में आपने हमें निरानंद प्रदान कर हमें चैतन्य से आशीर्वादित किया, इसलिए हम आपके हृदय से ऋणी हैं। श्री माता जी, संपूर्ण विश्व में विश्व निर्मल धर्म प्रस्थापित करने हेतु कृपा कर हमें सहज योग प्रचार प्रसार का शुद्ध एवं प्रभावी माध्यम बनाइए। श्री माता जी, हमारी सभी प्रार्थनाओं का स्वीकार कर हमें आशीर्वादित करने की कृपा करें। श्री माता जी, आपके श्री चरणों पर हमारा कोटि कोटि प्रणाम, कोटि कोटि प्रणाम, अनंत कोटि प्रणाम। जय श्री माता जी। सामूहिक बंधन। जय श्री माता जी। आज की प्रमुख सूचनाएं। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय क्रिसमस पूजा का आयोजन 23 दिसंबर से 25 दिसंबर 2025 तक नारगोल, गुजरात यहाँ से हो रहा है। 23 दिसंबर को शाम 4 बजे हवन, 24 दिसंबर को सेमिनार कल्चरल प्रोग्राम होंगे। 25 दिसंबर को सुबह 10 बजे क्रिसमस पूजा आरंभ होगी। अधिक जानकारी के लिए स्क्रीन पर दिखाए नंबर पर संपर्क करें। इस वर्ष मध्य एवं पश्चिम भारत के राज्यों की संपूर्ण युवा शक्ति के लिए प्रादेशिक युवा शक्ति सेमिनार का आयोजन 2 जनवरी से 4 जनवरी 2026 तक छिंदवाड़ा, मध्य प्रदेश यहाँ किया गया है। कल के कार्यक्रम इस प्रकार। अर्ली मॉर्निंग मेडिटेशन सुबह 4 बजे प्रसारित होगा। सुबह का ध्यान सुबह 5:30 बजे लाइव प्रसारित होगा। शाम का ध्यान शाम 7 बजे होगा। आज का ध्यान सत्र यही संपन्न होता है। अब हम सहसंगीत का आनंद लेते हैं। जय श्री माता जी।
विष्णु तुम्हें दयाए, डमरू है शिव बजाए, डम 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 डमरू है शिव बजाए, किया विश्व का उद्धारा, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में, बहती चैतन्य धारा, त्रिलोक की हो निर्मल, त्रिलोक की हो निर्मल, त्रिलोक है तुम्हारा, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में। गंगा बहती, बिंदिया से जमुना बहती, बिंदिया में गंगा बहती, बिंदिया से जमुना बहती, बिंदिया में सूर्य चंदा, हो बिंदिया में सूर्य चंदा, देखे ब्रह्मांड सारा, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में, बहती चैतन्य धारा, त्रिलोक की हो निर्मल, त्रिलोक की हो निर्मल, त्रिलोक है तुम्हारा, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में। सारे निर्मल तुम्हें पुकारे, आए हैं सहज सारे, निर्मल तुम्हें पुकारे, चित में तुम्हें बिठा कर, ओहो चित में तुम्हें बिठा कर, ले मोक्ष का नजारा, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में, बहती चैतन्य धारा, त्रिलोक की हो निर्मल, त्रिलोक की हो निर्मल, त्रिलोक है तुम्हारा, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में, निर्मल तेरे चरणों में। महिमा तुम्हारी निर्मल जग में यूं छा रही है, हर गुल से आ रही है।
महिमा तुम्हारी निर्मल जग में यूं छा रही है।
ये चांद और ये तारे तुमने बनाए सारे। ये चांद और ये तारे तुमने बनाए सारे। इन सब में जोत तेरी एक जगमगा रही है। महिमा तुम्हारी निर्मल जग में यूं छा रही है।
महिमा तुम्हारी निर्मल जग में यूं छा रही है।
सुंदर सुगंधि वाले पुष्पों में रंग तेरा। सुंदर सुगंधि वाले पुष्पों में रंग तेरा। ये कायनात सारी गुण तेरे गा रही है। महिमा तुम्हारी निर्मल जग में यूं छा रही है।
महिमा तुम्हारी निर्मल जग में यूं छा रही है।
निर्मल जगत की करता वर्णन हो तेरा कैसे। निर्मल जगत की करता वर्णन हो तेरा कैसे। जल थल में तेरी महिमा निर्मल समा रही है। महिमा तुम्हारी निर्मल जग में यूं छा रही है। महिमा तुम्हारी निर्मल जग में यूं छा रही है। तुम्हारी दया सुगंधी हर गुल से आ रही है। महिमा तुम्हारी निर्मल जग में यूं छा रही